What's up, everybody? Good afternoon to you. Hope you're enjoying your afternoon. If you're sitting down on your lunch break listening to this, thank you. Welcome. This is the Book It Better Wrestling Show. I am your host, as always, Max Whitman. Got a little WWF 1994 today. Our go-home show to In Your House 94, the final episode of Raw for the year, the final pay-per-view of the year. Shawn Michaels in the main event tonight. Fatal 4-way to determine the number one contender to tag team championships tonight. Tatanka in action, Chris Jericho in the house. All your favorites are here. This is your first time sitting down with the Book It Better show. Welcome. If you've been here before, you know the deal. You know how this works. I'm kind of digging my new music intro here. Hopefully it adds a little bit. Go for a little bit of a radio show feel here. I kind of like it. Kind of like the music intro. I'm working on an intro, but I'm not exactly very tech savvy. So as you can see, I have the same thumbnail for every episode. I am working on some new thumbnails. Hopefully I'll have a new one for In Your House. Maybe we'll come up with a little poster. Definitely have one for Monday Night Raw. We'll have a thumbnail for the show there. But welcome, everybody. Thank you for sitting down with me. It's a pleasure, as always, to welcome you to the Book It Better Wrestling Show. We're going right into it. We got two pre-show matches. We get Koji Kanemoto versus Scorpio Jr. in a dark match. Koji Kanemoto takes the win in 8 minutes. Let's see. Kanemoto's gimmick is great. Scorpio's gimmick, not so much. But the performance, not terrible, actually. A 38 for Koji, that's pretty good. These are some guys, if you've watched our creative meetings, these are just guys bringing in guys from around the world, testing them out. These are all on, most of these guys are on one appearance deals. They're just kind of coming in, having a match, see what we can get out of these guys. We have Glenn Gilberti versus Rob Van Dam in a dark match. That scores a 46. So that one's actually pretty well. Glenn and Rob do not click, though, chemistry-wise. RVD's gimmick, poor. Gilberti pulls a good performance, 51. RVD, not terrible either, 39. So can't really complain about that, but it's a pre-show. Not a terrible pre-show match. Let's jump right on into our opening. It scores a 98. It's going to increase almost all of our storylines here. Jericho Taker advances, HBK Diesel, the tag titles. Basically, it's just a simple, it's your standard in-your-house hype video. For the record, you notice we are in front of 12,217 people at the Save Mart Center in California. But this is just a hype video. It's hyping Tatanka versus Jericho. It's hyping the triple threat match, hyping our tag champs, and also hyping the fact that The Undertaker will challenge the winner of Tatanka and Jericho for the world title. So it's a good way to get our show off to a good hot start. Scores a 98. I'm really pumped for this triple threat at In Your House because this storyline is smoking hot. And I really think that's got potential to score well over a 90. We could be looking at like a 90 to a 95 for that. I'm hopeful. Moving into our next segment, we get our Fatal 4-Way match. In a decent match, the Nasty Boys defeat Sid and Bomb, the Smoking Guns, and the Power Cats in 11 minutes and 44 seconds when Brian Knobbs pins Bart Gunn with a trip to Nastyville. So there you have it. The Nasty Boys pick up the victory. It's a big victory for them, frankly. It's a big win for the Nasty Boys. And they pulled through, honestly. You know, this was a matter of, I needed to get a babyface tag team to face off against Yoko Crush In Your House. And I didn't want to reuse the Smoking Guns. I've used them before. And honestly, the Nasty Boys have just kind of been trending in the wrong direction. They've had some negative momentum. And so I just kind of want to get them a win. Give them a bit of a... try and get them a big win here to kind of build that momentum back up, send them into In Your House on a victory. And I tell you what, they pulled through, man. Sags pulls a 70, Knobs a 65. They're the second and third best performers. Sid Vicious, the only one who outperformed him. Smoking Guns, both 58s, basically what they've been doing. What did Luger do? Oh, Luger pulled a 72, actually. So Luger was the second best. And then Jarrett, a 63. So they pull up big here. And it scores a 73. It's actually a way better rating than I thought it was going to be. I'm happy with this. Happy with this, for sure. So the Nasty Boys heading on to take on Yoko Crush. They'll be Yoko Crush's first challenger for the title. See where that goes. It leads us into a segment with Jerry Lawler. And basically here, Jerry Lawler is just cutting a short little 3-minute promo. Basically just saying he thinks it's ridiculous that a cheater like Tatanka is given a World Wrestling Federation title shot. Why doesn't he get a title shot? Just because Tatanka asked for one? Tatanka only beat him by cheating. So he's saying if Tatanka wins the heavyweight title, he should be the first one up. Jerry the King Lawler should be the first man up to challenge for that title if Tatanka somehow cheats again to defeat Chris Jericho. Scores a 79. Really a great rating. Jerry's solid, man. Jerry is solid. I wish this was an earlier save. I'd consider putting a belt on Jerry. At least an Intercontinental or something. But Jerry's just a good worker. Did well improvising, obviously. No one has to tell you that. No skill worker improvements. So move on to our next segment here. Another segment gets us 100. This is Diesel and Razor. So basically what's happening here, Diesel and Razor are backstage, and they're talking about In Your House, talking to each other about In Your House. Diesel tells Razor that he's not happy that he won't get a singles match. He's not happy about this triple threat. But it's worth it just to see the face, just to see the look on the face of Shawn Michaels when he has to defend his title against not one, but two men at In Your House. And he doesn't even have to lose the title. He's telling Razor that Razor tells Diesel that he's not so happy either. He feels he should get a singles opportunity. And they agree that if either one of them wins, the other one will be the first man to challenge for that Intercontinental title. It scores us 100. Gains heat in the HBK Diesel storyline again. Diesel's superb, working without a script. Palm of his hand kind of thing. Gets us 100. Gotta love it. I gotta say, I'm not a Diesel fan. I'm just not. But TEW loves him. The game loves him. And his star quality is through the roof in this game, which I guess is pretty realistic. I mean, Nash is a big deal. I don't particularly care for him. I don't particularly like his work. But there's no denying that, he's got that charisma. He's got that it factor. Excuse me, excuse me, I apologize. It's late where I'm recording. You're watching this at noon. So we'll be wide awake by the time you watch this. But it's late night here. It's after midnight here by me right now. Let's move on to our next segment. Tatanka versus Sparkplug Bob Holly. Actually, a better match than I thought it was going to be. Decent wrestling, not much heat though. Tatanka defeats Sparkplug Holly in 10 minutes after the Tomahawk Chop. Announcer quietly lifted the match. Tatanka pulls a 68. Sparkplug a 50. I tell you what, if Tatanka can pull a 68 next week at In Your House, then I think we'll see a good rating with him and Jericho. I think Jericho will pull a 75 to an 80. I think that title match could be in the upper 70s. Not great for a world title match, but not terrible. Our next segment here, now this is after Tatanka's victory. Chris Jericho comes on out to the top of the ramp. And Jericho congratulates Tatanka on his win, but says this is a new era. And he will embarrass Tatanka in 1 week's time at In Your House. This is the era of Jericho. It's the era of in-ring work. It's the work rate era, if you will. And he has ushered that in, and he will make Tatanka's big buffalo ass tap out at In Your House. It brings us into our main event. It's the 1-2-3 Kid taking on Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid. Scores an 82. Good, solid performance. Michaels pulls a 93. 1-2-3 Kid a 52, but he is off his game. But a solid main event for Monday Night Raw. Don't think we'll see the high 80s rating, although we may. But I think No reason we won't be around in 84 on this show. Where are we at? 85. There it is. So an 85 rated Monday Night Raw. It's in the books. The Go Home show is in the books. Our storylines are hot. They are hot. At least the ones that matter. We're heading into In Your House. Have that up shortly. It's our next episode. So, appreciate you guys stopping by. Let's bring the music back in and outro the show. I appreciate you guys stopping by, I really do. If this was the first time, like I said earlier on, if this was the first time you joined me here today, I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you were entertained. I hope you find something on this channel you enjoy. Feel free to go ahead, click like, click subscribe, so you can get notified when old Uncle Max posts up something new. Come on back, folks, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I look forward to sitting down with you. It is a pleasure, as always. So come on back. Come on back in a day for In Your House, 1994. You don't want to miss it, folks. It is the last pay-per-view of the year, and then we're on the Royal Rumble. So come on back. Will Tatanka capture WWF Championship gold? Who will walk away with the Intercontinental Champion? Will Yoko Crush defend their tag team titles? All that and more next week. WWF In Your House, December 1994. Folks, thanks for joining me. I am Max Whitman. It's a pleasure as always. Come on back every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I will see you when I see you.